Ciao from Accademia, from Pian di San Bartolo. I will talk about cold brew. So cold brew is basically not a beverage, it's an extraction method. And there is several ways how to do cold brew. So one of these is based on the gravitation system. It looks really pretty, but it's most likely used for display, for example, in a coffee shop, because it's very easy to approach people and make them curious about this brewing method. The one which I'm going to introduce today is the toddy system. But first let's start with the history of cold brew. Where does cold brew come from? Basically it's coming from the 16th century, approximately. This is what was found as recorded writings. And it was used on the sea. So sailmen were trying to find a solution how to make coffee last for a longer period, because they were going on the sea and they wanted to be caffeinated. So this system, this very pretty looking system, is basically very simple. So you have a vessel for water, for cold water, or you can also even implement ice cubes. And then you have a tap. With the tap you regulate the speed of the drops. So people also call it cold drip, because you basically have drops which are dropping one by one into the coffee. Here in this vessel you have a metal filter holder. Then you have your ground coffee. I also implemented a paper filter on the top to distribute the drops in a better way throughout the whole coffee. As it's a matter of time, I already started to do the cold drip, so you are able to see what is happening. So basically the water is first going through the coffee until down here you receive the concentrated cold dripped beverage. So they came up with the extraction with cold water or ambient temperature. And that's basically the principle of cold brew as a brewing method. You don't use heat, as you can see here, but you can use cold water with ice cubes. This is based on your preferences, or you use water at ambient temperature. The advantage of extracting coffee without applying hot temperature is that you extract only the solubles which are not extracted by temperature. So in total, as a result, you have a beverage which is more smooth, has less bitterness and often also less acidity. But this simply depends which coffee you are using. The method which I was using for preparing my cold brew, because I wanted to have a bigger quantity, is a very simple system. So here we have like a small module of it, which is designed to do cuppings, and then there is a bigger version, even a bigger one for commercial purpose, or for example for the use in the coffee shop. And the system is very easy. So you have a filter, then you have another filter which you implement on the bottom of this vessel, and then you close the hole down here. The only thing you have to do is to ground your coffee, insert it in the filter and apply the water, of course filtered water. So if you actually wonder how to do cold brew on a very easy way at home, you can simply take, for example, a French press or any kind of vessel. You put the coffee and water inside in the 1:5 ratio, or even 1:4. Ground coffee, of course. You let it steep for at least 6 hours. And then you just need to take something to strain it or filter it. It can be, for example, a cheesecloth or a metal strainer. And there you go. You can enjoy your cold brew. Cold brew normally is extracted between 8 and 24 hours. Again, still, the best is always to try the beverage which you are creating and decide if you have to extend the extraction time, if you have the feeling that the coffee is showcased in its full blossom, full potential, let's say. For the ratio, I would suggest to start with a 1:5 ratio. So for example, if you take 250 grams of coffee, coarsely grinded, so normally I'm using a grind size which I would use also for a V60, but also there you have all the different possibilities for the game, because you can, again, with a small particle size, shorten up the extraction time, and vice versa. You go more coarse and you extend the whole time and extraction. So I was using, for example, a coffee from Ethiopia. The coffee is totally up to your choice. As said, no bitterness, due to the extraction in ambient temperature. And then one possibility of serving is you put ice cubes. I will directly prepare 2 glasses because I will show you 2 versions. So you only simply pour a little bit of the cold brew. I will prepare already one to show you a different milk. If you don't like the concentrated version, you can also stretch it with filtered water, like still water, or it's also a perfect base for cocktails or tonic drinks. And here we have another version with milk, which results in a very smooth and refreshing beverage. And it looks also quite good. Of course, you can also stir it. So I hope you enjoyed this small excursus about cold coffee, and I hope to see you soon here at Accademia. Ciao! Please don't talk about